When I was young, I always liked cartoon.
But yeah, we should do ayahuasca together more often, y'all. That was fun.
Yeah, dude.
Wow, what a
trip.
Good idea.
Tripping together.
Yeah,
to hallucinate Avatar.
I had a pretty crazy ayahuasca trip. Like, I saw the Avatar movie that's not out yet. What did you guys see?
The Avatar movie that's
Just
not out yet.
nothing but colors.
Wait, you saw the same? You had the same vision?
I think we were sharing the vision together. That's why we had our dicks in
We were
each other's
holding hands, right?
Yeah.
We were holding each other's dicks
that's
the whole
what it
time.
was.
That was the
Yeah.
conduit.
Crossing swords.
That's how it works.
That was the tether.
We were all we
it's
were all
amazing.
laying
I
in
felt-
a circle, grabbing each other's cock.
I'm like
I
3,000
think
miles
it
away in a
was-
different hemisphere, and I
Yeah,
felt
we were like
so
we're like
connected to you
meditating
guys.
with one cock in each hand.
Yeah, then we felt
Huffing the ayahuasca.
we all
I had to stretch my cock through the computer digitally to get to them
we
on the northeast coast.
we were elevated into the Avatar state this way.
Yeah, we were in the spirit realm, experiencing the movie
Realms
of which has not
Of
come out yet.
experience. So we should talk about our ayahuasca trip, which was us all envisioning what Avatar would be, I guess.
What the movie would have been like. if
Yeah,
it was
what it
out.
would have
Yeah,
been like
which
if
it could
was
not
out.
possibly be as great as like the trip, like IRL. So like
Yeah, like,
whenever
it's
it
probably
comes
gonna
out in
look like
theaters
shit.
and we talk about this like vision that we had, just be prepared to be disappointed,
Yeah.
Yeah, everything we're about to say is alleged. It's not actually happening or canon or whatever.
Yeah, because it was just
wait,
a trip. It was just a.
I have
it
a
was just a
question
road
for
trip.
you guys. So when we eventually make our big budget 3-episode rule animation that will be in I'll tell you guys it's
theaters?
gonna be in theaters, and then before it comes out I'll say just kidding, it's just gonna be on my fucking hard drive, and that's it. And
Yeah, when we rug pull all the animators who
Yeah.
spent
I'd get
years of their lives
yeah.
working on this thinking it was
when
going
I
to be in
get
the
you
movie.
guys really hyped up, you're my work's gonna be in theaters, and then at the last second I'll be like, just kidding. I'm actually just gonna keep it for myself.
Guys, we're a family, and we have
Yeah.
to help each
What-
other. I wonder, that's probably what the email said when they
Yeah,
sent it
that's-
to everybody to
When that-
fuck them over.
When that happens, do you guys think we can achieve the same quality of animation for the 3-episode rule movie that will come out?
Oh, easily, dude. We
know.
might all have to collectively like afford like one less yacht, but for the animation, it's gonna be worth it.
Yeah,
Is that
well,
really the
I've been
move?
buying yacht companies to make me private yachts, but I guess I could stop doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
So you
start.
tell your entire animation team the entire time this is going to be a theatrical release, so it motivates them to work harder for less pay.
Yes.
Yeah, and then
Wow.
we just right at the end we just go, yeah, haha, JK, and
Yeah,
then
I'll do it.
and then we suffer no consequences.
I'll do it and then not release it at all. I'll just fucking keep it. 'Cause I'm like,
Just not release the
Yeah.
movie.
Well, we've already done that 5 times. How many movies are just on your hard drive?
Yeah,
Turn movies.
dude. I mean, we have fucking
A lot.
gold on that shit.
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah.
Anyways, we should start talking about the ayahuasca trip. So, well, I guess we kind of were. But what did you guys think story-wise of the ayahuasca trip of Avatar?
Us tripping through Avatar. And
I
managing
thought
the movie.
I thought for what it was mostly good. It wasn't nothing that broke my brain or anything, but it's an Avatar movie. Didn't really expect it to. I think what made the original Avatar work is that it was all things that were familiar things. Everything in the story of the original Avatar was familiar. It wasn't trying to do this new crazy thing. It was basically a modern Star Wars with its own influences, the anime and
Oh man.
Asian influences. It wasn't
Modern Star Wars. That's that's a dock against any Any multimedia project?
Well, not like new Star Wars. I meant like the OG Star Wars. Like when the OG Star Wars came out, it was a big fucking deal.
You mean
Oh,
new old
okay,
Star Wars?
okay.
Not the new old Star Wars, the old.
He's talking about in like the.
Wait, then
the
why did you say
three-
new Star Wars?
No,
You
no,
said
no.
new
Second
Star
movie?
Wars, and I was like,
I
whoa,
said
that's a.
old. What are you talking about?
I heard new. It's like
I
the
heard
new Star
new, too.
Wars.
I didn't say
Wait,
new.
no,
I said a modern version of like that story, right? It's like it's a fantasy story. It's not.
Yeah,
It's,
because like the
Yeah.
the original had like
Okay.
the
a
three
hero's
books,
journey.
and
It's-
like
it's
if you
not
reflect it on like the three Star Wars movies and like Luke's path of like kind of like
Well,
figuring himself out and then
I'm
having
not saying
to-
it copied anything. I'm just saying it's a familiar story, and that makes all like the cool
well,
shit
you're saying
work.
it followed the hero's journey, but
Yeah, you're saying
I mean,
that the
did
Fire
it?
Lord is Darth Vader. You're saying that Luke is Aang. You're
That's
saying
not what
that
he says.
Chewbacca is Toph. Like we get it, Danny.
Shut
We
the
get it.
fuck
We
up.
get what
Danny,
you're
we get
saying.
it. You love Star
I
Wars.
don't even
and we
like
haven't
Star
watched any
Wars.
Star Wars. Danny fucking
okay to
loves
like Star
and
Wars,
he can't
but-
handle it.
I don't even.
I think
like
modern
Wars.
Star Wars also is. I could be
Okay,
wrong. but
sorry,
I'm pretty sure
I-
modern day Star
I
Wars.
should have just
has
said
a-
hero's journey epic. It's an epic story.
I do think if you said that first, it would have made you sound smarter.
Yeah. Well, I'm not that smart.
The only part I got out of that was like, dude, I'm pretty sure modern Star Wars have to have.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
contractually-
fucking
there's a-
triggered you. You fucking psycho. Jesus Christ.
We get triggered very fucking easily.
Okay, so
Wait, just tell me
recap.
this, because the only thing that triggered me real quick was the fact that you got Taika Waititi in this vision that ruined the trip for me.
Yeah, that was a pretty crazy part. Like just him, like who gave him permission to come into our trip?
I
and
was
just
coasting on cloud nine
start
through this
memeing.
whole thing. I'm not the biggest Avatar fan. I was loving the trip. I was loving the vision. Then all of a
Yeah.
sudden, we get this. We
He
get like
comes
3
into our
minutes
fucking
in.
campsite and he's like, "Woo! Look at I'm gonna do the fucking genie impression."
Look
And
at
we're
me,
like,
I'm the
"Dude,
genie
can you
from
fuck
Aladdin,
off?
it's
We're-
me."
We're kind
Like,
of like
yeah,
in the
dude.
middle of an ayahuasca trip. He's like,
I was having a panic attack.
Yeah,
My
I'm
heart
not gonna
was
lie.
palpitating. I was about to,
I wasn't
bug out.
I wasn't hating it as much as everybody else, but also like he could have just
click
not
clapped.
showed up. That would have been fine. Nothing would have been lost if he just didn't come in.
You
and
you
start
had the
fucking-
better suggestion because there's a whole part with the spirit world, and you said it could have turned that scene into a like an Aang and Katara moment, and it would have worked organically.
Yeah, reflecting
that would've been
the
better.
the combined bending thing that they were doing
Ooh,
the whole
but then
movie.
they would have had like to give Katara stuff to do. Ooh, that would have.
Yeah, they'd have to give Katara more things to do than just
Was that-
simp over Aang.
That was my biggest takeaway from this Vision quest was
Which, by the way,
Katara's whole arc is. But you should listen to your wife from time to time.
yeah,
She
but like,
only
I'm not
has
gonna
like
lie.
2 interjections in the movie.
I'm not gonna lie
They
though.
both
The way
made
they
a lot of sense.
the way they animated like
Vision.
the Aang Katara moments was like really fucking heartfelt. That was really good.
They were great.
Yeah,
I wanted more of it.
I mean, the way
But-
that we imagined it in the ayahuasca trip.
Yeah, the
was
ayahuasca
fucking
trip.
maybe
great. Yeah.
when it's real, it'll.
Ma-
that's
yeah,
what we
when it's
want
real,
to
it's
see.
probably
when
not
the
gonna be
real one
great.
comes out, I'm sure it will live up to the hype. But I did think it was a little weird that like they kissed and then he just started dicking her in the middle of the
Oh yeah, that was
the vision.
Deep
It was
throating?
crazy. Yeah, I was like, oh wow, I didn't think
I thought
they
that
put
was a
that in a
pleasant
kids
surprise.
movie.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Vision
think
That was we
the-
felt the energy coming from Derek when that part of the trip started happening.
yeah.
Taking over.
just a straight horniness.
Yeah,
That was all. That was
his,
all Derek's energy.
his
Yeah,
his,
just they randomly start fucking.
his conduit started getting very tense.
Yeah, I started like my conduit became fucking rock solid, and I injected my thoughts into everyone else's minds. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Like when the buff Airbender comes up, who's like, "Hey, I'm not a white supremacist, but I'm gonna fuck your
Butt.
that Toph, the butt."
But yeah, he said all that, and then Toph was still like,
Toph
I'm
was
into
so
him.
down
I wanna
bad for
plow
him.
him.
Yeah, dude, she
She was like, I can fix him.
I can fix him, and then she like blushed and fucking fell
Toph
off.
made
Everybody
she made a
died.
bad dragon dildo out of rocks, and then eviscerated.
Yeah,
that
dude,
dude's
she
butthole.
kept making like fucking statues out of like. She kept making fucking penis statues and going, "Hi guys, look, it's a penis statue." And,
Yeah,
like, laughing
nobody
at
was
herself.
having it.
No one was
And
happy.
then-
Not even Sokka. After like the 15th time, like he was like, "All right, Toph, we get it. You like dick.
Calm down. We get it. You're straight.
We get it. You're so straight, Toph." Which I guess
Yeah,
people
every
were
time
upset about
they're
in
trying
their
to plan
visions.
something, she just like brought in a bigger rock penis every
Yeah.
time. It's like, wait, what if we, and then just like grew this giant rock dick.
Giant
Wait.
rock dick.
You asked about the story, and we're talking about rock dicks.
Is that not part of the
Wait.
story?
This
Maybe-
is all what we
maybe
our-
envisioned
Maybe our
during
tricks were
our
lining
trip.
up.
My mentally challenged Star Wars comparison was
I think it derailed
I
us
was-
slightly.
I was just meaning that it was
It's fine.
kind of predictable, and there was like story wise, there wasn't like a whole lot of time for the characters to kind of breathe.
Yeah.
It was
But-
very packed.
It was
But
dense.
it
But,
was
like-
enjoyable to watch.
but like good, yeah.
Yeah, it was
It
good.
was
Yeah.
it wasn't
I
like
got a little-
missing.
The
I mean, it was
little
missing
fatigued.
stuff, but it wasn't missing stuff like story wise. Like it didn't have any plot holes. There was no like. It was just very tightly weaved to the end. Which, like, to be fair, you know, like the typical story arc in an Avatar, or like the original Avatar, was like, you know, a whole season
Yeah.
is how like an events would go. So it's like trying to pack something very dense into something that's just the length of a trip
But
is
movies
pretty
like
tough.
these kind of movies tend to be this way. I think there are very few of them where you
Yeah,
could
no,
just throw these. You have all these characters established, but they're established at like 12 years old, and now they're like 25 or whatever, and you have nothing in between that. You know, it's like it's gonna be kind of.
I mean, Zuko was like barely in the movie. Fucking Sokka was like barely in the movie. Toph was barely in the movie. Even fucking Katara was barely in the movie. I felt a little fatigued at like the halfway point. I was like, this is too like beautiful action, but I thought it was too much, and it was just too constant. And I was like, we need like some like breathing room. And we got it with the really funny genie bit. That was awesome, actually. I'm completely turned
Yeah, the best part.
The genie bit. Yeah,
But like, yeah, sorry. It's just they could have had more of the characters do stuff, but also it's like they're trying to have all this crap going on. They have the group of what's their generic name? The non-wanted,
The disabled?
whatever.
The disabled?
The disabled show up, and then you like literally forget about them for the entire fucking movie. And then they show up
That's
for
not
like
their name. What was it though?
I don't remember, but the
Something
disabled's
stupid.
a better name. The discarded. It's the fucking discarded.
I don't-
It's so much
No,
worse.
wait. I remember.
It's
It-
the
denied.
discarded.
The denied.
Denied.
You're just right. It's
Oh,
the denied.
Fuck. That's even
Something
worse.
dumber.
That's even
Discarded would have actually been
dumber.
good.
I like the disabled actually. That's
I like the disabled a lot. Which was like they show up. They do like
To
a
be
thing, and
cannon
then they're
fodder
just forgotten
later.
about. Yeah.
Okay,
They
then
show up to be cannon fodder, and then the one girl becomes good. Obviously, you know who it's gonna be.
the design.
Yeah, you know exactly who it's gonna be because she's got freckles.
Nothing that happens in this movie is a huge surprise. It is really pretty to look at.
Dude,
though.
as soon as he spawned, we're like, oh, dude, he's gonna like fucking be a
Guess-
like a
Yeah,
betrayer.
guess who the bad
guy is?
He's gonna bring back the Air Empire, and then that's exactly
Yeah,
what
because-
happened.
well, it's
Maybe
'cause,
I
like,
was
his-
leading the trip.
It's like the second sentence out of his mouth is like, "You're friends with a firebender? The ones who killed our people?" And like, you know,
Yeah.
like it was kind of
A
like downhill
woman?
from there, in that.
A woman?
Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna like say that a lot of the critique for that is like true. Like that's fair, but also this is probably one of the best movies I've like seen, especially in like 2D
I think it's
hands
animation
down.
quality. Like
It is amazing.
it is fucking
Visually, it's
insane. And well, even
God,
like
this better release in theaters.
it does 100% hinge on the idea that like you've seen the original and etc., which like duh, but like
yeah, but
at the same time like there's a lot going on. I think it's very packed.
Yeah, it's dense.
However, if you've seen Korra,
So much of the precious
it kind
time
of
is
ruins a lot of it because they lead up when they get the MacGuffin. They're like, "Hey, we have this MacGuffin that we're gonna get that will bring back airbending." If you've seen the Legend of Katora,
The Legend of Clitoris.
if you've seen that,
The
you know
hit-
there's
the
no
hit
fucking
movie-
airbenders,
sorry,
and then
show.
they bring back the airbenders way later. So you already know it's not gonna happen if they're keeping.
Yeah.
So you already know that's not gonna happen, which is like the big crux of this whole thing. So you know immediately as soon as they mention the MacGuffin, it has to get destroyed or something.
Wait,
because there's not
how-
airbenders.
How much you guys want to bet that the entire time they were making this, like, man, this story would have been way tighter if Korra didn't fucking exist already.
That's true.
Maybe.
I think it would have.
We really shot ourselves in the foot.
I wouldn't have immediately known, like, oh,
I
that
also
staff
like.
can't
I
do
feel
that.
like what
He's gonna
like
break it.
it's the best option though for like Aang specifically for his like arc. Like I don't feel like there's another story that would like really like pull him as hard as the
What?
idea of like fixing the fact that like all of his like his culture is gone, you know?
Yeah, it's a great motivation for him. His
Like, I
friends
feel like-
that he, like, just kindly asked, like, hey, can you just hang out with me so the audience has something to look forward to while I do this?
It's also like, for example,
Also, I just want to
what
say
did he achieve?
there was a lot of like the crew when they were going through with like the fucking ship bit, like that shit was actually insane. That was like fucking
That was good.
amazing.
I wanted more of that.
Yeah,
Yeah, them
that was
working
fucking
together.
awesome.
Sokka was pretty fun.
That was sick.
Sokka was very fun.
I
It was
like-
very funny.
I like
Genuinely funny.
I like every bit that Sokka
The
was
trip.
in.
I'm also glad
But-
that they didn't like they
Little
did
bite.
bring bits back, but they weren't like I would have been like really mad if like the whole bit was like in the end he took the guy out with like a boomerang and he was like boomerang, you know, like if it was just like these one-liners that like just like hinged on like every joke that was told in the first series.
I have.
I'm
a
glad that they
question.
didn't do that. Is what I'm saying.
I have a question.
It would have been
that
funny
I
to
want-
seeing
I
Batista
want
get
you guys-
decked with a boomerang.
That'd have been fun.
So- Question. All right, here's the question. What the fuck was actually achieved?
they killed the Nazi.
Their beautiful city got
wait,
robbed.
They
woke up-
unlocked the Nazi,
yeah,
and then they
woke up
broke his
Adolf
staff.
Hitler, and then they killed.
killed him. So
Ad-
they
Adolf
literally
Batista.
made a problem for themselves and then solved it. It's super self-contained.
Well,
it's not.
it's
It doesn't feel like it brought much forward.
No.
They found the bison at the end.
No, there's more to it. There's Aang's internal arc. That's the bigger narrative going on.
It's not the. But there's no world narrative to it.
Well,
'Cause
the
Aang
world
still
narrative is that
dies.
he's the Avatar and he's trying to bring more airbenders to the world, and then
Which he
makes
fails at.
peace.
Gotta restore
he
air
makes-
to the world, baby.
Will you let me fucking finish? Jesus. he makes peace with the fact that there's that there is no simple fix to the fact that all of his brethren are gone. That's the internal arc that he goes through.
Yeah.
Poor Aang, man. He's been alone this whole time. Even
So-
even getting to titty fuck Katara years after the war ended, he's still like, man, I wish we had airbending.
Yeah, dude, he grew up with Ben. Yeah,
That's where he. grew
My
up.
point, I guess, is what does this actually change in like the history or like the timeline?
what do you mean?
That's exactly.
How does
my
it drive
point.
the story of Avatar forward?
So Ozai, like the original series, is them destroying the Fire Nation, and that changes the world, right?
Yeah.
Well, I
And
think
even
it's
Katara has big changes to the world. This doesn't. I know you're saying it's focused on Aang specifically,
it's
but
also called Avatar Aang. Like that's.
It
I
is
think it
Avatar.
redirects his focus towards world peace and establishing Republic
but he's
City.
already doing it. He already
Well, no,
established
because
Republic
he
City at the
disregards
beginning.
that to try and pursue his own goal of bringing back airbenders, and then he like re-disregards that to be like, we can't change the past, we can only work towards a better future.
Yeah, I think it's just a slightly different kind of story than the series, than even Korra 2. Because yeah, like not a whole lot changes with the world, but it is a pretty it's focused solo on Aang.
Yeah, but that makes it just feel so disconnected from everything altogether, if you know what I mean. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't, if you didn't see this, it really didn't change anything. It is
Yeah,
beautifully animated.
That's fair. I don't think it really changed much.
I don't
But
think
like
it's.
a,
I mean,
those
it's
anime.
But it's like a
This-
different story. It's just there
I
are.
don't want to say it's a filler movie, but it's like it's meant to. Fit
I was gonna say it was a
between
filler
those two-
movie.
It's meant to fit
Yeah.
between those two series. It's not like it's not going to change either of those series.
And
You know what I
I
mean?
think-
Yeah,
I think
'cause
that's-
you'd have to
I think
make a
that's-
new series after the movie after that.
Yeah,
I think that's what hurt it was because Katora. Jesus Christ, I can't.
Katora.
Katora. Jesus Christ.
That's her name now.
Katora.
Katora. Just because that exists, you can't like have it move anything forward. I know it's like a bookend to Aang, but it's like you don't get to enjoy the rest of the other characters because of that.
Because his name's in the title. It's about
Yeah,
him.
because his name's in the title. It's about him, and I get that. And it
And
does
Aang
have a
and the
good.
boys.
It does have like
last
a good
run.
arc with him, but I felt like he kind of already was at an acceptance about his people dying. So
Well-
I guess he just wasn't.
Yeah, then he gets a new dad, and he's like, "Oh, well, maybe
Yeah.
I could have that thing I lost. This is great." And he, before he finds out his dad's Nazi.
It's like Adventure Time when he finds his dad and he's like, "Hey, Dad," and then they do stuff.
Yeah.
That's just what happened.
Not as canon dad, by the way, for those listeners.
I think it's
No,
it's
this is
more
canon,
that
man.
like
in
the
my
original, he
vision,
made
it was
peace-
his dad.
He made peace with the fact that like there weren't airbenders anymore, but then in this movie specifically, it was like he got the that dangling bit of hope that was not there before.
relapse.
Because like there was never a point in the original where like the idea of like he was solo in the original as an airbender the entire time, and he made peace with that. Now we're no longer solo, and suddenly he has to be like, oh, there is another airbender, right? So he kind
Wait,
of
Clay.
what?
Clay, that's a great point. Yeah, he made peace with that. Was there ever a point in the original show that he, sat down? His friends had to bring him back from despair. He's like, "I'm the last bald boy on planet Earth," and then,
Well,
he
yeah.
had that moment with all the friends, and he's like, "I have you guys though,
Yeah,
and that's all I need."
That
That's
does
like
happen multiple
episode
times,
2.
but it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's because he goes to the air temples, but he thinks that there's other airbenders,
There's 3, yeah.
and they do the bit where they go to the one air temple and there's like all the people flying around in like the air things, but then they're not airbenders, and so it's like,
Not airbenders.
but this time this string, is actually real, and he actually meets
Yeah.
another airbender, right? And that's what
I feel
propels
like-
it forward in a different way.
Not only just
I'm
an
gonna look at that
airbender,
like a drug addict's relapse.
It's
It's like, all right, I'm over the chasing the dragon, but now we finally found it.
it's
Dave
not
Bautista
it's,
is the dragon.
it's not just an airbender though. It's also an air nomad, which makes a difference. I do think like the idea of having the staff and just zapping people and giving them airbending doesn't do anything.
He's airbender.
Like it doesn't actually.
yeah, that was a
the
weird
pro-
thing.
Doesn't fix the problem, because just airbending is not like being an air nomad. Like growing up in
You guys
that
made the yeah.
nation.
Yeah, but
That's
the
my-
bad guys, he zaps the bad guys, and then they all know kung fu.
they
Yeah, they
all-
should have had
I'm
one
pretty
throwaway line that was just like this imbues the the receiver with previous warrior, yeah, or something. They didn't
Yeah.
I mean, like, we can assume that, but we shouldn't assume it just because it makes it kind of a little silly when it's just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna zap you, and then suddenly you just know how to bend it like really
Yeah,
well.
and then but it does give the friends
To the
cast
extent-
of villains to fight.
Right, to the extent that the one lady who's like this like super archer just no longer needed a bow,
A
and was
bow.
literally just using air to shoot
almost-
arrows, which
I
is
feel like-
awesome, by the way, fucking amazing. But
That
it's
did
also
look really
just
cool.
like,
What?
but it's also just like we didn't like. How is she suddenly just like a master of this thing like in like 10 seconds? It's like Yeah, so we can just make the assumption and it's fine. It's not like a fucking plot breaking, thing. It's just that man, one throwaway line would have just fixed like any sort of scrumpiness about that.
And for the archer, if your weapon is the bow, what if they instead made it that she was shooting air out of the bow? I don't know, just a little thought. It was cool to see those archers again, though, since those were non-bending firebenders who had that tattoo.
Yeah.
They were from, like, the first season, I believe. They were very skilled.
They were under the...
Is she the last one?
The Zhao talk.
I don't know if she's the last one. She's just from that group, though.
Fucking Joe.
Yeah. I like the designs. The character designs were really nice throughout.
Yes.
Oh, the whole thing was beautiful.
We were talking about how Sky Daddy, whatever his name was, was like fucking jacked, and he's like an air nomad, so it's like bro's just eating like berries and tren, apparently.
He was.
They really just unleashed the Liver King on the world with him. That whole arc was like, what if the Liver King was an air nomad? Tried to restore the
fucking
Air Empire. The very not evil air empire, and then goes, "Ooh, you're married to a woman, and she's a waterbender. Gross."
And he like attacks her pretty quickly. I feel like.
And Toph.
All of them. He attacked all of them.
I did like I did appreciate that though when it's like we already know that you guys know the audience that this guy's bad news, and Guitar's just like I see right through your bullshit. You're not fucking my husband. And then they just start throwing hands.
Yeah, that was a good scene.
But then they all died to this one guy in their
I
own
know,
mouth.
I was gonna say that. I feel like Zuko, like, come on. Zuko went through all that shit with Iroh, learning how to...
And you can't take this one guy.
He's gonna get air blown on him, and he's fucked up.
Also, they missed... I'm not gonna lie, when lightning struck the ship that they were on, they missed a super awesome opportunity for Zuko to like
all the lightning
react and like it could have hit once and then he could have been like, I gotta go, and then he runs out on top and he starts redirecting lightning. That would have been fucking fire.
That would have been very cool.
Oh, that would have been sick. I'll bet you that would have cost too much money.
He didn't do much.
No, Zuko did the least.
He was
like
best
oh my god, dude! Wait,
in the original, he did the least.
Oh, that breaks my heart. Like that whole lightning sequence you guys just pitched. That could have been in the pipeline, but then the studio execs came in and were like, "Guys, we got Taika Waititi to be in the cast. Let's make this whole stupid, dumb fuck retarded scene with the 8-eyed boar demon and have like the Robin Williams Common Hour Taika Waititi style, guys. It'll be great."
Yep.
God, he ruined
also,
the movie
to be fair, like the scene that we're pitching the lightning in is like fucking insane already. So it's like at that point, if you just started redirecting lightning, you just got to get like Casey Lou Williams just like fucking blasting metal in the background and singing as it just becomes like a full-on Monty fight scene. Like it'd be insane to add anything to what it already is. Like especially
my
like,
game theory is it could have been all of that, Clay, if it wasn't for Taika Waititi.
If they had 4 more minutes, they would have just been
Eating the
optimized
budget.
fully. I just want to say that the entire time, like, I was watching, the entire time I was tripping, I was, fucking blown away by just, like, the visuals, like, the 2026 2D animated fucking masterpiece. Like, I don't think I've ever seen something that's, like, this clean. You know what I mean? And to see it done
2D
now, it's, like... It's a shame that it was just a trip, but like also like if someone were to gatekeep that trip and fucking tell people that like it's gonna be given to the world and then be like, nah, bitch, like maybe this is the best way to experience it, I don't know if my metaphor
2D Western animated.
I don't know.
I'm trying to.
Okay, my point is that fuck Paramount.
Did you say words?
They should fucking not fuck with their animators and give them false hope.
Yeah, they should put it in theaters. Like, come on.
Yeah, they should have fucking put it in theaters, and that should not have been a question or anything. Like, that should have just been a period.
We were talking about how, what if the leak and then, you know, everything that happens after that was a huge psyop to get more hype around the movie.
Well, so what I'm saying is that, like, if
then it makes sense to me.
Because if it was originally supposed to leak in theaters, and then Paramount was basically like, no, we're just gonna put it on streaming platforms, and they just did that. Sorry, if it was supposed to be in theaters, and then Paramount pulled back on that, I'm saying that it might have been a, like, let's get back at Paramount action, you know?
Maybe.
Oh yeah,
because,
yeah. That
because like, basically Paramount now doesn't get to make any money off of this, which is a big fuck you to them, and I support that, honestly. Like, in this,
does that mean we're never gonna get another? Like, I want to see more
but it
awesome
also
2D
might,
animated
like,
movies.
It might also point out the fact that, like, studios should not have the power to basically walk back after already, like, creating pre-existing contracts. Like, they should not be able to, like, literally pitch a movie, be like, oh yeah, this is gonna be in theaters, have them work on it for, like, 2 years straight, and then just be like, nah. Like, you don't get to do that.
Yeah, that's
You just don't get to do that.
Ayahuasca trip.
I think it's longer than 2 years, honestly.
The fact that they're not making money off of it now is good, because they shouldn't.
It's been wasn't this like a project since even beyond, or like longer than 2 years ago?
Probably. I feel like
Yeah, I don't know how long the actual, like, how long was it in concept, and then how long has it actually just been, like, production. But that's my point, though, is that, like, this should be, like, if this does get re-released in theaters somehow, like, I'm gonna go see it 7 times. I'm not joking about that. Maybe I'm joking about the 7 times, but I'm gonna see it a few times, because, like, I think it deserves.
I would too.
I think it deserves.
I can't get over the fact that this could have been. I hope it still is. But, like, when's the last time you saw a feature-length 2D Western animated?
What I'm saying,
like,
dude. Like, and this would have been the one, dude. Are you kidding me? This would have fucking shifted that back into the
villages would have come to see this movie. And
yeah, dude. But that's why I'm also saying that this might be, like, the best path for it, because now, like, so many people are gonna see it and be like, holy shit, you know, this is gorgeous, right?
The best path
like,
is to trip on ayahuasca and envision the Avatar state.
Yeah, exactly. And then through that, you know, we can come back to reality and be like,
change
wow,
the industry a little bit.
This is just like the Batum.
You're right.
This is just like Batum, dude.
Dude, I remember that
Real
time
world.
during the trip when my conduit got super hard, and then Aang, like, looked at the camera and was like, dude, this is just like Batum in the real world.
Clay, he said your name.
Yeah, Clay, this is just like Batum in the real world. And I was like, oh!
And then he grabbed your hand.
He said my name!
That dance sequence. Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah, dude.
My only...
And then the Batum theme started playing, and then that part where it's like, we've only just begun, was like blasted by Sky Daddy.
We only just begun.
I wish Aang
More tornadoes.
murdered the guy. Like, I wish he
You wish he just went straight up like fucking animal.
I wish he
What
had
if-
to. I wish, like, he was put in a position where he had to go against his beliefs and actually murder the guy. I think
You wish he
that would have been
he
fucking
Supermaned
awesome.
him in, like, Zod.
Because then there would be, like, a whole, like, list of, you know, consequences. Internal, mostly. But it's still, like, him going against his beliefs. Instead of, there's always, like, magic and then they disappear. Or...
Well, he disappeared and was like, thanks, bro. You know what? You were right. I love you. And then he, like, kissed him on the forehead and despawned.
Yeah. That's exactly what
De-risked.
happened.
Yeah.
I know. If he did
I
have
wish,
to kill him,
guilt-free.
that would have been...
Yeah.
I do
That
think,
would've
like,
been
maybe
cool.
not kill him, but, like, maybe, like...
No,
It
kill
would've
him.
been like-
That's the only fucking... That's the only
Well,
option.
no.
It's the
There's
only
another
option.
option.
No.
The corruption itself could have, like, taken him out.
No, because they already did the thing in the series where he goes, I put my finger in your butt and now I take your bending. And now he's an adult who has to protect like the whole world, I guess, right? Because this guy's a fucking. They literally resurrected Adolf Hitler, so. So the
And
only
Adolf
option,
Hitler.
the only
And then-
option is to kill him.
Well, okay,
Yeah, Aang-
and then he also gets the staff, and he's like, "I'm evil," and then Katara's like, "Oh no, he's evil now." And then he just breaks the staff, and I'm like, "Oh, I thought
exactly what
Katara
she
was
said,
gonna
by the
do
way.
Something, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it was compact. There could have been more there. Just
I
kind
just
of like
really want to
not
see
too much,
Aang
but just like enough to
murder somebody. I think that would
All
be
you
like,
want to see is
Blow all
Aang
the
get
air
blood
out
in
of
his
their
hands.
lungs.
that would be like such a good story though. Like imagine his whole character is that he is like he only fights to defend himself and he's never killed anyone. At the end of the series he says that, but when he's trying to like build up how he's gonna fight the Fire Lord, he's like, I've never killed anyone, I've only fought in self-defense. That's like a massive part of his character. Him being in a situation where he has to kill somebody would be like insane. Or maybe
It would have brought the
I'm-
group closer together and given them
Maybe
more
I'm retarded.
stuff to do
I don't
if
know.
he
No,
if they
I
had
think
to
you're
help
right,
Aang get
Danny.
over the fact that he killed somebody.
It's kind of like Batman's one rule, whatever. That's like a bad comparison, but I 100% agree. That would have been way more impactful for his character.
Yeah,
I don't
I
really
agree
feel
too.
like
That would be a
he
better arc.
changed all that much throughout
I-
the movie. He's
I-
still the same person.
I think it's mostly because he's Nickelodeon. I wonder if
Well, I also think that the whole point of Aang in the original was that he kind of stuck to his guns, and that's what put him
right.
aside from every other avatar. Like
Yeah.
Because
all,
every other
you're right. All
avatar's
the
been
other
known for
avatars are
just
like fucking
murking
broke his
people.
ass.
every single
Yeah.
one of them
Yeah.
were like, "Fucking kill him, bro."
Yes,
Like, you
which
need to
I
kill
get.
him.
I get that's the thing, and that's fine, and I like it still. But I'm just saying, because also he just got the powers from like a lion turtle, and again, it was just kind of like a magic.
No,
thing.
you know what? Here's how you could have done it without like breaking it. Is like Aang's basically like, "I forgive you, Adolf Hitler," and the guy's like, "No," and he gets like really mad, and then like Toph just fucking smashes him,
Just fucks
and
him
then he's
like,
just
right there.
he's just fucking
Top fucks him to death. Yeah.
dead. Yeah, he's just fucking between two, just like all of his other brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Two rock cheeks.
He's like, "Crush me like my brothers." Just smashes his head.
Wow, that would have been a way better movie.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, it's just like I don't feel like what Aang went through was that unique. It's not that different from what he went through in the series. If he had to kill someone, that would have been a huge difference. That would have been a complete destruction of his character. Like, he
like-
would have had to come to terms, like Zuko did in the series, which was like the best arc in the original series. I think that would have been that's a really good suggestion, Danny.
I also
That would have been a series, though, in and of itself. If they
Isn't
did
that
that,
kind
they'd
of
have
the
to make
point, though,
Avatar
of, like,
Aang killed
Zuko?
somebody. The series.
Isn't that kind of the point of Zuko and Aang, though? Is like they're kind of like contrasting each other.
yeah.
One
Yeah,
kills
but that's not what
begrudgingly.
I'm-
The other one.
I'm saying
Never.
for his character, it goes completely against his character.
That is true.
That's-
That would have given him and Zuko more stuff to talk about. Him being like, "I've been there, buddy. I've killed somebody too."
Yeah.
Couple
Well,
people.
it's just a much more consequential thing to his character. It's a huge change. Like, that would have been very impactful.
Because it doesn't have to be about the killing. It's more about how he deals with it. Right? That's what I'm
Yeah,
suggesting.
exactly.
You would have needed the whole movie to get through that,
Right.
that character arc.
I think that
he-
is a movie.
You should have started
like-
with him accidentally killing the guy in the ice.
like if, yeah, but it has to be like. It,
Tries to resurrect him and kills him.
it can't be an accident.
Oh, no!
Though. That sucks. Whoops! Oh, no!
Oops!
Or no, fine. They release him, and then he just lets everyone know from the get go, like, I'm evil, and I'm like, shit, I
It's
gotta
like-
choke this guy out.
In the show, it's and
He
I mean,
just
he
puts him back in
literally
the ice.
he literally does it, and it's implied, and he does it where he picks Katara over power, right? So you put them in a situation where holy shit, I can't say her name.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't know what happened
Cortara.
in my brain either.
Katara
Katana.
is in a situation where
Katara.
she's about to die or something, whatever, and then his only thing he can do is kill somebody. That would be like crazy for the character. Now, of course, we're talking about a Nickelodeon show, movie.
For babies.
But that's just my brain.
To your
Danny,
point,
this is gonna age super poorly when the producers
actual
come
cut
out and be
comes
like,
out.
Yeah, when
yeah,
we
we're
see
like,
the actual
we
movie,
wanted
it's
all of
completely
that to
different.
happen, but it's
Yeah, when it
Nickelodeon.
ends with him fucking stabbing
Yeah,
the
when
guy
all
in
the
it.
producers watch 3
Stabbed
episodes.
him 40 times.
When all the producers watch 3-episode rule and comment on all of our videos and
You're
and
sued.
Grounds
We're
posts.
suing you.
Yeah, we're suing you.
No, it's
and-
ayahuasca.
and-
We did an
Yeah, we
ayahuasca
tripped
trip.
balls.
It's
We didn't watch the
ayahuasca. We didn't
movie.
actually watch the movie. It's not
We
out
didn't
yet.
watch the movie.
Exactly.
How could we possibly?
Nothing is real.
How
see
could we
it?
possibly, dude?
I'm just saying.
We're stupid. But Danny, to your point, I think it would have been a lot more impactful if Buff Adolf Hitler was strangling Katara, and he's like, if you want to fucking save her, you have to
You have
be
to
like
end.
me.
Yeah, you have to end the air
Yeah,
nomads.
you have to end my life. You have to prove that you will be the right person and carry our people on, or I'm gonna fucking kill your wife. And then he has to murk him, and then he's like, "Am I becoming him?" That's such a bigger.
Ooh.
And then he
Ooh,
shoves,
yeah.
Ooh, stuff happening in a movie. God.
And then he shoves his
No, and
staff
Aang,
in
he
his
kills
eye
him
or
with
something.
the same air gun that he used to kill all of his friends.
That would have
Dude,
rocked. That would have been so cool.
And this is where the real fucking cop out happens, and the boomerang comes back and just takes out Adolf Hitler.
yeah,
right
go
then and
head
there.
off like
And then-
entirely.
And then they all at the same time yell "boomerang" or something like that.
yeah,
They
they
jump.
all clap.
Oh, that would rock.
They do the Mario jump. Dunk, dunk.
Yeah, they do the Mario jump. Toph makes another
Freeze
fucking
frames.
statue of a penis.
I kind of like that where it's like the implication is there that he has to make that choice and he's about to, and then Boomerang
Yeah,
comes
the
and just completely
Boomerang
fucks it up, and then it's
Sokka
just like
comes
it
in.
leaves you both with like the holy shit, what if, but then like also like this goofy just fucking moment. It would be
Like-
kind of funny, honestly.
Fucking Looney Tunes ending, but also
Way more fun.
Even if he didn't end up having to do it, even if Saga, Jesus Christ, what is happening with my
Saga.
enunciation? Saga, my favorite character.
My favorite character from Avatar, Sugma.
Sonic.
Sugma. Sugma. If Sokka had to go up and like
Sugma and
save his
Toast.
sister, I think that would have been more impactful. Like, and it's like, Aang, you couldn't even like save her, and there could be some character drama.
Yeah, and they
don't
all
have,
fucking get in
Nickelodeon
Aang's
doesn't have to
face.
get their blood.
No, he didn't say that. He boomerangs him and he's like, "You don't got to do this alone, Aang."
And then he like
And
butt
he's like,
fucks him.
"Oh, yeah." Then he butt fucks.
yeah, I think most of the criticism it's just the fact that it's a movie. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of had to be
yeah,
self.
it's tight.
It had to be
How much,
self-contained. And
It
stuff,
had
you know?
to, yeah, it had to fit between these two stories that are pre-existing, and
like
et
they
cetera.
weren't about to do a 2.5 hour or 3 hour epic movie, animated movie. That'd be insane.
yeah, and to that like note, I do think that if they were to do like a whole series with Team Gang, and it was like, oh, it's the same group, but they're like adults, I feel like it would just drag. I feel like a whole season of it would just like everybody would
Depends.
start off with high hopes, and they would be like, yay, the gang's getting back together, and then after a few episodes, they would just be like, like this didn't need to happen, you know?
I don't know.
I mean, it depends. It depends on how they do it, but I feel like it's very easy for them to just kind of like exhaust that really fast.
I mean, give him more time to build up the villain, because he has to show up. He's like, "Oh, what's up, baby? I'm not evil. I hate your
They could
Water
have,
Tribe wife, though."
if they had the budget, you know what they could have done? Instead of like a series, it could have been a trilogy of movies, you know, and then they do
Yeah.
the same classic arc that they did with the original, where they give like 3 stories in each movie that builds into itself. But that requires time, money, and creative energy that producers, the ayahuasca gods, do
They-
not want to.
They do have Avatar Studios now, which is making series and movies and shit. So they kind of
Oh
got.
my god!
They
Wait,
got
it is
a
like
lot.
Star Wars.
They got a lot of stuff happening.
Is it all stuff that's set in the Avatar world that Avatar Studios is doing, or is it
It's
like different IPs?
It's only Avatar shit. So it's like
Yeah, because I think
Danny-
Paramount just
Danny-
owns like the
Oh my
original.
god!
what?
Yeah. No, I think your Star Wars comparison in the beginning is even more valid now if that's the plan.
Well, it's a
is to just milk
franchise.
the Avatar franchise.
It's a franchise, yeah. But like, yeah, I mean,
You gotta do it. You had to do it.
at least the original creators are like running the show, and
That's
one
true.
of their biggest things he was saying was he wants to keep it 2D. He wants 2D animation to be like, normal.
Yeah, I do not know.
That
I think that
tracks.
there
That's
was
good.
like a lot of 3D elements in this
Sure.
movie, but it was very much like background or like just kind of like for certain
I
shots
think
or whatever.
A lot of it
Um,
helps camera angles and shit to use 3D.
Yeah,
For
that's
sure.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, the point's not to say,
But it's very,
3D
like,
is
2D
bad.
centric.
It's just like
I don't even think it would look. I don't think you could make it look good in a 3D style. It would just look. It would be such a gimmick, look.
yeah,
like-
probably would suck ass.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have the same appeal. No.
Yeah, and
He
If
have
it's
little
those two
faith.
guys though, I'll trust it. It's just. What,
I
are we
mean,
getting the
look.
Toph
Well, I
spin-off
mean,
show?
like,
Are we getting
I'm
the
not-
Sokka movie?
No, not.
I'm a
I don't
big,
think
you
they're
know-
doing that. I don't think they're doing that. They're doing like a new Avatar type shit, kind of like what they did with Korra, but they're gonna do it with someone else.
Isn't it like
Yeah.
post-apocalyptic or something? I remember you showing something.
I have no idea. I think they posted like one image or something of it, but
A lot of people have said that it's like society is like collapsing or something, and then everyone's blaming Korra for it, even though like the whole point of Korra was to be like the world no longer wants the Avatar.
yeah. That's the new.
Oh.
Yeah, that was my trip. That's what my trip looked like.
I'm so excited for the new fucking Avatar 3D. It's gonna look so good.
God, that.
Oh, dude,
That's exactly
yeah.
what it would look like, and then they're gonna be, if they're not already, there's gonna be a whole collab
I can't
with
wait.
Fortnite.
I can't wait for the next time that we do ayahuasca and we get Avatar directed by Michael Bay.
Oh, that one's gonna be good.
Yeah.
All CG Avatar. They're gonna look like the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, alongside like live action people, like all the
Michael
main
Bay,
cast
Sokka
is
would
like
have to rap.
grungy
and talk like
CGI.
Oh man.
So how
Like
mad were you
Transformers
guys that Toph, the canonically straight character, wasn't randomly gay in this movie?
I was so angry. I was clenching my toes
Ayahuasca.
the entire time.
It ruined the movie more than Taika Waititi for me.
Yeah, not. She
I
kept like
Yeah.
thirsting over that dick.
All those classic moments in the original series were so gay coded when she was like, "Man, Sokka's abs and Zuko's abs. I really like those.
When she
The
was, like,
feminine
put a penis
features
in
of
me.
these buff men that I'm lusting over constantly."
The more I think about it, like the smaller moments with Sokka or Toph were like the most fun parts.
I think
Yeah,
that's
I do really
always
wish
the-
that they were like not just like commenting and they were like more integrated more often.
I agree. Those were the best parts. I think, and that goes for any OVA movie I've ever seen, where I just want to see the characters. I want to see the band getting back together and
Yeah, they could have been woven
on
into it too, where
adventures.
like, because I feel like
talking.
Aang was very like from the start. As soon as I forget what his name is, but the other nomad,
Hitler.
yeah, Erdolf
Erdolf,
Hitler.
called him.
Like as soon as he gets introduced, like Aang's just immediately down bad for like following him and whatever. Like it could have been like more of like
Makes
a gradual
sense.
thing where he was like he was ready, and then like all of his friends were constantly like, "Hey man, like we need to talk about this. We need to."
Dude,
And it does happen a little bit,
he
but
did.
like I'm saying that it could have been like more of like a gradual thing, and it could have incorporated them a lot
They just
more as
fucking
that was
left.
going on.
Didn't they just like leave the friends behind?
Yeah, they're like, dude, we're getting tornadoes. It was fucking epic.
Oh
And
yeah, they did fight
his
tornadoes.
beautiful
That
wife
was-
walks up and like goes,
Hey, husband, do you want to help us?
You want to help us? We were gonna die.
Yeah, well, she's like, we should go back because going into the tornadoes fucking retarded. And then Aang's like, no, my dad's here and he wants to fight the tornadoes, so I'm gonna fight tornadoes with my dad. And then that's what they did, and I guess it worked out.
How much you want to bet that moment was based off of a real interaction in the creator's life where he was trying to get his wife and dad to get along with each other. He's like, no, I want to go fishing with dad. And it's like, there's a storm.
But I
just met- I
just met.
But dude, his nipples are pointing that way. We have to follow them.
I haven't seen my dad in
in
50 years.
In this trip, there was a constant, the Adolf Hitler's nipples was just like a sonar beam for him to figure out where he was going.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I thought that's how all air nomad nipples worked, if they reached that.
Yeah.
He's like, Aang, you don't know how to use your air nipples?
Do you think they just like point north constantly? So like wherever he turns, they're just like slightly like they just stick out and point in the same direction. They're like magnetic.
If he turns
No,
around and his nipple points upwards, trying to turn back to the north side.
I think like wherever he's pointing, they like start pointing out if he's facing the right direction, and then they slide back.
Oh,
in.
so if he turns around, the nipple goes inside and inverts.
Yeah, it inverts. That's so gross.
Alright, guys. Do we have
He
any,
can like hold himself up.
do we have anything
his
else
nipples.
to do we have anything else to say about this?
Do we have anything
About
else?
Well,
to
we're
do?
saying a lot. I mean, we got a lot to say about this guy's nipples.
Yeah.
They made the trip for us, evidently.
Should we do a question or
Yeah,
or
totally.
do we got more?
I just think like I'm gonna say it like 10 out of 10. Like I feel like we're critiquing it, but it's gorgeous. It was fantastic.
Yeah,
Great trip.
I think visually 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
when
I would
this
say like I
comes in
think in like the big
theaters, which it
2.6, the big 2.6, seeing something like this is just phenomenal. Like, wow.
Yeah.
I want to believe that the leaks aren't going to hurt the hype when it does come out, and it's going to do a K-pop demon babes where they're like,
Yeah, they
"Just put it
better."
in movies.
And it fucking I'm gonna go see it for real.
I hope.
Get your
And be
big mouth.
disappointed
Ellen.
because the ayahuasca trip is
I
just
will.
so awesome.
I will also go see it, and I hope.
We should all go see it together and hold each
I'll
other as
fly over.
conduits again.
Right,
And
yeah.
Seahawks, yeah.
we should do ayahuasca and go see it in theaters.
No, wait, you can actually do that in the Philippines. You guys fly here and we'll see it in our crappy mall for like $3.
That sounds
Which was,
Oh,
awesome.
this point in a sweaty room as
Dingy, sweaty, hasn't been cleaned in months.
and we're
We got
drinking
this.
well water and everything.
Yeah,
it's
how's
all
your
well
well?
water.
Yeah, did you get your bucket?
You'll hook us up with the stipends and everything.
Actually, I got the well water yesterday, so I'm good. I don't have to rush out of here after this.
I'm so proud of you.
All right. So yeah, it was really good. My trip was really good. We all liked our own trips, and yeah,
Pleasant experience.
fuck yeah. Okay, so we have a question of the week. Aalasteir asked, which anime series or movie would work great as a game, and what would the gameplay be like, and what would be the most common complaints that Reddit would have about it?
Clearly, solo leveling. And
Is that not already
Yeah.
a game? I feel like a lot of these guys.
I think there is a game version of it, yeah. But I was just making a joke that the whole thing is that it's like it's a game, but it's an anime, but it's a game.
Dude, that's so funny, dude.
Dude,
I want to see the. I know Trigun was gonna get a PS2 game at one point, but they canned it.
Dude, Trigun, but like the gameplay is like fucking Dirge of Cerberus. I think it would be fun.
Oh yeah, it was gonna be for the PS2. I feel like it would have been very dirgy.
Yeah.
Very
Came out.
dirgy and server.
Very dirgy, very Cerberus.
He's got the big gun. He's got the red coat. The template's there.
Yeah, it could have been banger.
And since if
That's a
it's
good-
a
that's a
PS2
good
game,
question,
Reddit would
though.
only glaze it. No one would say anything bad about it except those.
Batum,
YouTube.
obviously.
but
Batum, yeah.
Obviously.
Clay, you already went.
I'm just thinking up ideas. I'll shut up.
No, you're fine.
He's right though.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, but mine. So I watched when I got reincarnated as a slime before, and that was like kind of dumb, but it was fun. I think that would make a good game because it'd be like a colony sim, but you're like a very OP character trying to like control your colony or like just keep your colony alive. So it would have like RPG elements, but you would also be managing like a city. So kind of like
Civ 6,
RimWorld,
but slime.
well, not quite. Well, partially 4X elements. That would be such a fucking complicated game though to make, but that would be fucking awesome. And I'm sure the complaints on Reddit would be that game doesn't fucking work at all. It's completely unbalanced. The concept's
right.
stupid.
I have the obvious answer, and that would be Bento, which we watched last week.
Oh yeah.
Bento would be
Fighting
a
game?
Dude, it's just an open world. Like, you're running around and going to different supermarkets, and you just gotta, like... And as you're running around, your hunger meter goes up, so you get more powerful.
Do you think it would be an arena fighter, though? Like, where you had, like, 3D space to move, or just a side-scrolling fighter?
I think it'd be
arena.
like... Yeah, it'd be like Arena, but, like Tekken or something, but, like, with, like, a little bit less, like, camera lock. I feel like the
Yeah.
camera would stay behind the character.
I think it could be like a Dynasty Warrior.
It'd be like Yakuza.
You think it'd be Dynasty Warriors? That'd be an interesting one.
So it's just like you're in the mall, there's like a way
I
too
like
many
Yakuza as
fucking
well.
people, and you're just like smashing everybody.
Yeah, you're just going nuts.
Wait, did you say Dynasty Warriors?
Yeah, I feel like you would have to have environment
Muso
stuff where you
game?
can like grab the like cartons or like the fucking like cart and like smash people with it.
Yeah.
Dude, like the
That's
board.
what I was saying,
the
like
board.
Yakuza, because in Yakuza there's like a ton of environmental stuff you can pick
Yeah.
up and like throw at people and shit. It'd be like Yakuza mixed with Dynasty Warriors. Like there's a shit ton of enemies.
Oh my god,
Yakuza-
that's so
Yeah,
good.
it
That could start a franchise.
Yakuza's a bit more of like a story though. Like
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it has like hella story. I'm just talking about like the
It
fighting
does got a story.
like mechanics though, how you're just like thrown
Yeah.
into these like 3D pits where there's
Yeah,
just like a bunch of enemies and you're just
Bento-
kind of like fucking
I
beating the
agree.
shit out of people.
Matt, you said
Bento has factions.
that's true.
It did have factions. I think this would work if it was like the gameplay from Yakuza, but then it was also mixed with like a ranking system since they kind of like played into that where it's like we're dog rank or whatever.
Oh my god,
you
yeah,
have
there's already
groups.
a...
I think
Yeah,
that's-
you like
goals
build
that you gotta-
you build your crew and you can like rank them up and then you take over more of the bentos.
that'd be fucking
And then we
Which
make
for
it like
online PvP
I was about to
too.
say we make like an MMO aspect to it so that people just start beat. That would be so fucking stupid, and you know there would be like fucking like a consistent like 10k people that would just keep
No,
servers
there would not
alive.
be 10k people logging in to play Bento Box online.
No, I'm just saying that you know it would
No,
have like
dude,
a
this
really
could work.
small niche dedicated community that's just like LARPing way too hard and like fucking just going crazy.
It's
Honestly,
us,
though,
Clay.
honestly,
Yeah, it's just us.
I can't even imagine a single complaint on Reddit about this game. People would just fucking love it.
No,
They'd fuck
they
with
would,
it.
and the only complaint would be that people were trying to fight in real life and get free bentos like Rick and Morty fans.
Oh yeah, like
Szechuan
the
sauce
Szechuan sauce.
epidemic.
That'd be kind
Yeah,
of sick.
and then
though.
that's when the community starts getting toxic.
If I went to the grocery store and I saw a bunch of kids fighting over like the half price food, that'd be so fucking crazy. I don't know. I'd be
Dude,
like,
I would be so excited to go grocery shopping.
yeah, I'd be like kind of into it.
Yeah, but the managers would love it because they'd be like, "Why are all these like customers respecting me so much for putting the half off stickers on the
Okay.
meat
God,
or on the food?"
I kind of have to deal with that at my local mall. There's a bunch of teenagers that were beefing for a while, but I like never got to
How
see
do
them actually
teenagers
fighting.
beef nowadays?
I don't know, man. It's the same beef. They're just doing it in public
yeah,
instead of at school.
yeah.
Like they roll up on each other and they call each other names, and then they're like, "Hey, that's not cool, man.
I don't know. I was at
You
the
can't call my
No,
friend
we're
that."
talking about teenagers, not fucking grown ass adults who are well adjusted. What the
Have
fuck?
brains.
That's not cool, man. Yeah, you're right, bro.
sorry.
And then they
Fucking walks off.
Suck a dicky.
I heard you
No,
was
like-
talking to my girl.
Wait, so who else?
Clanker.
Matt, what anime would be a good game?
Outside of Trigun, I'm trying to think of
Oh,
stuff
you
that
did
hasn't
say Trigun.
definitely hasn't been adapted.
You said Trigun, my bad. Derek, did you say
Yeah,
something?
that was my pick.
Did everyone go and I forgot? I might have.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did you say one, Danny?
I said Bento.
Oh, Bento. Yeah, that was
Batumto.
you. Batum.
Player
I said
pick was
Batum
real
as a
Batum.
joke, and I also said Solo Leveling as a joke. Let me try to think of like a real one.
A real one.
Hmm.
I'm pretty Solo Leveling has to have a game.
My
at this
little
point.
sister couldn't possibly be this cute. The dating sim
Yeah.
video game.
Dating sim, yeah.
Oh, gushing
Sister
over
Collector Simulator
Gushing over Magical Girls, the video game.
What would that one
as
be?
an FPS.
Yes.
You just go around gushing on them
In the first person.
in first
What are
person
some that
gushing.
we What are some that we watched? Trying to think.
Lazarus.
Pokemon would be cool. No, I'm kidding.
As a game, no
Oh,
way.
actually, I could see that being a good game.
Yeah,
How
as a game.
How would that game play out? What kind of game?
All right,
like,
let's
catch them and
stop
stuff?
stop the joke right there. My God.
Yeah, we don't need to take that any further. Wait, you said Lazarus? It's a parkour simulator, and then you just be boring the entire time.
Yeah, it fucking sucks. Everyone hates
It's like
it.
buggy and like clank. Yeah, like just bad.
Licorice
Clunky.
Recoil would be fun because it's just cute anime
Shit.
girls with guns.
Third
GoldenEye,
person
but with
shooter.
I mean,
anime girls.
if we're talking about ones that we've watched,
GoldenEye is a good. That's good. I like that.
Yeah,
I
for
feel
Licorice
like,
Recoil.
Yeah.
You want it to be third person,
Kawaii GoldenEye. That's brilliant. Holy shit.
but
That definitely exists already though as a mod.
You want to see your character though. Wouldn't you want to be a third person shooter?
what about Kaiji?
That
There
could
about
work.
Kaiji,
there's
and
already
it's
so
like-
many Kaiji gambling games. He's in like
It's-
every pachinko parlor.
Well, I was gonna say, like, what if it's like it's just a game where like there is a story and it's like strong, but you have to play like it's basically like a mini game simulator where you have to play a bunch of different types of games, but they have like little gimmicks in them where you can like cheat
Oh, wait.
and or do other stuff. Like it's not just playing the game, like there's more to it. But it'd be cool to be like like there's just a bunch of different mini games that you play constantly.
I know there's VR Kaiji. There's like a VR game for it that you simulate walking over the struts and falling to your death. But that's cool too.
Interesting.
Like it's like the card game, but there's a cheat option.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, it's like more nuanced than just like play. Because like, it'd be one thing to just have like a bunch of mini games, but like I feel like that gimmick would get kind of boring pretty fast. But like if you had like the option to like do other shit, like I don't know how to like
What-
make that work.
What about?
But I think it would be neat.
What about Fooly Cooly, but like a WarioWare game?
That
Like,
might work actually. That's kind of a smart, cool idea.
like all
And
the
you got a
different-
bunch of remixes of the songs from the show.
Yeah, and like every mini game. I barely remember WarioWare, but it's mini games, right? It's like
Yeah,
Every-
like
Yeah.
micro mini games.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
mini
They're
game
like
hell
5 seconds
basically.
pop.
yeah,
Mini
like,
game bullet time
You
shit.
you could do that, or like with the Fooly Cooly art style and all that shit. That'd be crazy.
What about Redline, but it's like a racing game, and you can like play as all the different like it's like just fucking insane. Like you
They
can
play
like
like F-Zero.
yeah play like F-Zero, but you have like a bunch of
Probably
like
would play a
weapons
lot.
and shit, and like every character has like a different thing. It's like Mario Kart mixed with F-Zero mixed with like just fucking I don't know, like I just see it playing like really fast.
Kind of like Twisted Metal a little bit.
Yeah, like Twisted Metal, except for it's like there's an actual race course.
If any of these games
like
became like franchises too, that's where the only Reddit complaints would be. The discourse would be about like, oh, the first one was the best. No, the second one's better.
I like it when Travis strikes again.
Well, they'd probably get pissed if like it wasn't exactly how the anime is. Like if anything's different, then they'd cry about it.
Some aneurysms would be had. Some blood pressures would rise. Arguing with people on the threads.
This is a pre-existing one, but I want to see it so bad, like IRL, and I'm never gonna see it because it like fucking is so old. But there's like a Fist of the North Star game that's like one of those like it has like the fucking punchy things that like pop open and then you're supposed to punch them, right? But it's like Fist of the North Star coded, so it's just like really balls to the wall the whole time.
Is it like an arcade game? Or?
Yeah, it's like an arcade game, and it's like one of those. I don't know how to explain it. It's like one of those things where it's like they have like the punching like pads, and they pop out as the game's playing, and you're supposed to punch them in order, you know, and like you get points based on how many you get by the end of it. There's like a video. I can't find it anymore, but there's a video of Gawked fucking going on a game show, and the game show host was like, oh yeah, we're gonna play this game today, and then like she pulls out this game and she starts playing it, and she's like doing like okay, but like not that great, and Gawk's like, yeah, that's pretty cool, and then he just fucking solos it with one arm.
Where's the Gawked game? I feel like Gawked is the type of personality where he's like Shaq, he just has a bunch of random video games about him for no reason.
That would be awesome, but like it's called comparing him
simulator
to
game.
Shaq. Comparing God to Shaq.
Definitely not the same type of celebrity, but in terms of like how much people know them and you know, their virality, I think it's called.
Right. I just like I would love just a bunch of random like Gawked appearances that just like are contextually funny, like Shaq being in anything.
I mean, yeah, they have a great foundation with Gact because he's in Crisis Core. Like,
Hell yeah,
I'm sure that character is just him. They wrote him into Final Fantasy VII.
Absolutely, fucking Genesis. What a fucking guy.
Yeah, Genesis Valentine is Gagged.
Yeah.
That's a franchise, I'm just saying. The Gagged video game franchise.
He's probably, like... I know he's in a bunch of games. He, like, voice acts and does a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, so but every single time, this character is just Gagged.
It's just actually him. He's out of all the people... Like, he's the only person that could pull that off, I feel like. Without it being, like, if you put Shaq in a game, it's like, it's Shaq, right? But, like, if Gawked were to, like, literally, like, just be, like, a self-insert in a bunch of characters, I feel like he could pull it off in a way that wouldn't be, like, funny or cringe. Like, it would just be like, shit, this character's awesome.
I'm just envisioning, like, every single time he does that, the character is just Genesis. He's got the red coat and the brown hair.
It's the same character.
It's just the same character in every game.
It's like, yeah, that fit fucks, bro. Yeah, he shows up to this, like, every time they go to, like, scan him to, like, they, like, Kojima scan him to put him in the game, and he shows up in, like, the same fit every time.
Yeah, at this point, he'd be, like, a 60-year-old man just walking around dressing like Dante Genesis. Which is what I want to see. That's how it should be.
Hell yeah.
This probably exists already, but, like, a Ranma 1/2 Street Fighter game. Just like a fighting.
I think it does.
Oh,
but
that
it's
would
not
actually be fire.
It's like a bad one. But I think they have attempted to make a Ranma fighting game. I want to say,
like a martial art.
But yeah,
fighting game. I feel like that exists.
But
there are a lot of like random, like open world games for like One Piece and like Fairy Tail and stuff like that. I think so. That's kind of a cool concept that they do.
The shonen fighter genre.
Yeah.
The clunky shonen fighter genre.
Well, there's like there's like fighters, but there's also like I'm saying there's like open world ones with like kind of like filler arc stories. Oh, I remember there's One Piece one, which is really funny because like I think it was the more recent one. You can play as like the different characters of the crew, and if you switch to Zoro, your map like doesn't work because he sucks at directions and stuff. And so it's like literally like they included it to the fact that like you can't like objective properly when you're playing Zoro, which is really fucking
You really
funny.
have to study the map and learn everything. Yeah. Wow, that's clever. That's a great way to integrate that gag.
Yeah, that's funny as fuck.
Because I feel like the first thing you'd probably want to do as the average One Piece player is to play as Zoro, but then your map's fucked, so you're forced to try the other characters.
We're the 3-episode rule. Remember to like so we could jam our noise straight into the algorithm. Subscribe and follow so you don't miss our next episode. Seriously, it's important. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time.